how to get out of your own way.
All right, here we go. I got the
3 barriers that get in the way of most people, and we're going to talk about those right now. Excessive expectations. Excessive expectations, also known as perfectionism, or I'm such a perfectionist. Have you ever said that to yourself? I'm such a perfectionist. I get stuck with perfectionism. Everything I feel like has to be perfect. There is no perfect. There is no perfect rainbow. There is no perfect sunset. Even though they are stunningly beautiful, they are not even perfect. There's no perfectly straight line. There's no perfect circle. Just suffice to say, in the world that we live in and in our lives, in ourselves, there is no perfect. Give it up. Perfect would be the absence of potential. You would not even have the ability to be any better than you already are. Would you be happy with that? If one day you woke up and you realized, I can be no better than I am right now? What you need to realize is that there is no reason to try to be perfect. Now, it's a natural function of our human minds to have the tendency to strive towards perfection, but perfectionism is a trap. It is a trap. Give in to the thought that it's okay, that you can trust yourself and not have to be just so and so self-critical in everything that you do. Perfectionism is a trap. Barrier number 2 is preoccupation with fear.
It's up there. I think
It's stuck. It's stuck.
You see, fear in our society has been demonized as something that is a sign of weakness or a personal failing, and it is not. Fear is a natural human emotion. It is our fight or flight response, and it comes upon us whenever we step outside of our comfort zone and we push ourselves to stretch and reach more of that potential. When we step outside of our comfort zones and we face a genuinely challenging situation, we are going to feel fear, nervousness, anxiety, performance anxiety. And the more that you try to hold on to the thought that you've got to get rid of that fear and you've got to fight it and make it go away before you can really do what's important to you, before you can take action, it's okay to be afraid. It's okay to have those feelings. It is natural. It is a sign that you are a normal human being if you feel fear. When you're stepping outside your comfort zone, when you're facing a genuinely challenging situation, you're going to feel anxiousness or nervousness or fear. And if you're not, well, good for you, but I would submit to you that you're either firmly planted in your comfort zone or you're not stretching yourself enough. It's not fear that holds you back. It's not fear that holds anyone back. It is your attitude and your reaction towards the fear that you feel. That's what holds you back. Fear is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you're a normal human being. It's a powerful human emotion that can actually, if you channel it, can help you reach farther outside your comfort zone and farther into your potential to do the things that are important to you and to make a bigger difference in this world. Top performers learn to channel their fear into their performance to help make them better. Third barrier is harsh self-judgments or negative thinking or negative self-talk. You will never, ever permanently get rid of it. Those negative thoughts and that negative self-talk, when we reveal a flaw or fault or failure, our mind is right there to pounce and say, see, I told you that you're not good enough or you can't do it. I strive to think and be positive as much as I possibly can, but try as I may, and I bet this is true for you as well, try as I may, those negative thoughts still come back from time to time. Whenever I trip up, whenever I fail at something, whenever I reveal a flaw or a fault, my brain will jump in and say, aha, see, you're not Mr. Positive. Look at you being negative. Look at you getting angry at that person that cut you off in traffic and giving them a friendly wave. You won't get rid of negative thinking or those negative thoughts. They're still, and once they're in there, they're there. You're not going to get rid of them. I want you to complete this thought right now. Just immediately think the first thing that comes to your mind. Ready, set, Mary had a little, I guarantee you thought lamb. And you may not have even thought of that phrase, Mary had a little lamb, in weeks, months, years for most, years. Yet, in just a matter of a split second, I brought that thought right to the top of your mind again. It's still there. But I tell you what, I'll give you 30 days to take the phrase and those words grouped together. Mary had a little lamb. 5 words. That's it. Just 5 words. You're going to wipe them out where they're not there anymore. Intuitively, you know that's not going to happen, don't you? It's the same with the negative self-talk that we have, the negative thoughts that we have about ourselves from time to time, and those harsh self-judgments about, I'm no good, I'm not good enough. We strive to be positive. We want to put a preponderance of positive in our head with what we read, the people that we hang out with, what we watch. But we're not going to get rid of the negative. So realizing that fact, then what do we do? It's not the negative thoughts. It's what you think about them, how you react to them, how you either connect or what I talk about in my book, disconnect. If you can disconnect from your thoughts, if you can separate and defuse from those negative thoughts when they come up on you, we don't try to fight those thoughts either, because what you resist persists, and when you try to fight those negative thoughts, they're going to hang on, they're going to try to entrench. What's better to do, the better thing to do is just kind of let them be, let them come and go like passing cars, and disconnect or defuse from those negative thoughts when they come upon us. It's not what you think, it's what you think about what you think. It's how you react to them. And when you learn that skill of disconnecting from those negative thoughts that will come back on you from time to time, no matter how positive you try to be, when you learn that skill, they slowly, they don't go away, but they'll fade into the background. They lose their effectiveness and their hold on you. And when they do crop up from time to time, when you trip up, almost always they have much less impact. And it's much easier to connect as you continue. It's just like physical skills, mental skills, with practice and application and repetition become easier. And those thoughts come and go like passing cars much easier. I'm Todd Thomas from todd-thomas.com, and I'll see you on the next video.